All right, we are social beings. So no matter how people we know that, or generally, the chance for living is possibly like 70-30. 70 meaning the chances of being alive, and 30 mean mortality. Okay, but you just find that you take your drugs, do this, and you can just see it all written all over the person's face, like tired, as in maybe the person just had lost a loved one recently or something bad happened, and like the person, his or her expressions just tell you like, what am I, as in what's the need. All right, unlike some other people where you find who are ill, and then you find people, family all around praying with them, encouraging them, okay, you're gonna be okay, putting a smile on their faces and things like that. So you can't
rule out.
You can't overemphasize the need for healthy relationships. So it doesn't have to do with the numbers. It doesn't mean like you have 101 beautiful friends. It can just be a clique of 3 people, and you guys are cool, and you're strong. You're helping each other, and you're doing well. That's
it's that simple.
It's that simple. Yes.
You see, guys, don't be rude. We're saying now another thing that we hear a lot. If Steve Harvey has said this. Billionaires don't sleep 7 hours a day. They don't sleep 8 hours a day. You need to work hard. Why are you sleeping when you don't have money in your pocket? Why are you sleeping when you don't have food? It's preached. At some point, it's encouraged. It's like we're encouraging people not to get enough sleep. Does that affect your physical health, your mental health? Where do you draw the line between I really need to work hard, I really need to push, in my education or in my life just to get my life goals at work and all that? How do you balance this thing?
Yeah,
because you're saying 8 hours. I mean 7 hours.
7 to 8 hours of nighttime sleep. Yeah,
daily.
Night time. Yes,
non-negotiable.
Not negotiable.
But Steve Harvey said we cannot be billionaires if we do that.
Is he still saying that?
I mean, he said it.
He said it. Okay. All right. So there are some motivational speakers that say so, but I would also tell you that there are some billionaires that don't say so. Yes, some of them actually take their time to have that 7 to 8 hours of nighttime sleep. You can't function properly, after some time you're going to break down.
Why do I need 7 hours? Why does my body need at least 7 hours of sleep?
I'm glad you mentioned that. So first of all, let me explain something about the sleep cycle. Sleep has a cycle. It has like four stages. All right, and each stage of the sleep, right, puts something, adds a particular value to your well-being. All right,
yeah.
Like memory, consolidation, and refreshing your neurons rest, and and all of that. So each stage actually adds some value to your overall health. Okay, and then so let's say you go from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, then it goes back to somewhere around stage 2. So each stage, right, takes about, so that one cycle takes about 90 minutes. So you have to have like 4 to 5 cycles of that, and if you do that, that would account for like 7 hours. So that's how we arrive at the 7 hours of nighttime sleep. Okay, and it has to be at night. Okay, it has to be night, or you simulate nighttime. So you don't have 5 hours at night and 4 hours or 2 hours during the day too. Yeah, and it has to be at once, continuous.
So
exactly.
Are you saying it has to be like at night? What are people that work the night shifts?
Okay, so that's So what they do, what we encourage people like that to do is to simulate, darkness. So when you're leaving work in the morning, you can wear dark sunglasses. Don't go around doing a second job. Just go home and rest sleep for like 7 hours, as in your curtains, closed and things like that. Then you can, you can get.
And then let's talk about the nutrition part. I was saving the best for last.
Okay.
I did an episode one time, and I had a lot of feedback where we were talking about getting nutrition from our local diets. I mean, if you look around, it's like once anybody's talking about a diet, it's foreign food. You have to eat oats. What's it called? Cure.
Quaker oats?
Yes, no, oats different.
Okay.
There's this other new one now that is trending that is transparent. And there are just several. You have to eat salmon, and who is seeing salmon in Nigeria? We know catfish and we know tilapia and croaker. We know our mackerel, and that we call Titus, and you know that is what we know. How do you navigate eating right in our jollof rice, our semo, our poundo? How do you navigate that?
Okay, so I've come up with some very basic principles. Right. So when it comes to food, there's the food you eat, there's a portion that you consume, and then there's when you eat, and then how you eat it. Okay. So those 4 things. So let's start with what you're eating. So as a rule, try to avoid processed food and take whole food that is plant-based. What do I mean by whole food that is plant-based? Okay, so when you're looking at your plate, as long as you can see things that you know how it was made. Okay, for example, yam, you know it was just taken from the farm. You just chopped it and you have boiled it and you're eating it. Plantain, same thing. Potatoes, whether Irish or sweet potato, and you know, things like that. But when it's processed, that means it's in a packet. Now, I don't want to call any name, okay? And then, first of all, those kind of things have a lot of preservatives, have a lot of salt in it. So you want to avoid those kind of things. You want to be eating things that are whole, plant-based. So if you have your plate full of that, you'll be, and of course, you know, fruits and vegetables, you know, that is the way to go.
So closer to its natural state.
Yeah.
Closer food is to its natural.
And then we're still on the plant-based, not so processed, you know, not so processed. So it's better to take boiled yam than to take pounded yam.
It is?
Yes.
Not poundo yam now. Pounded
yam.
Yes,
it's healthier to eat the whole, in its whole.
Is it that when you pound the yam, you are beating the nutrients out of the yam?
So you think about it. So if you know you can eat half a tuber of yam if you pound it, but you can just eat 2 slices of yam when you boil it. It's as simple as that.
Now that makes sense.
Okay. All right. So that's it. So that's it. Okay. So if you're going to eat things like that, also control your portions. All right. And so I was going to talk about portions. So you, rather than just looking at the portions, what you can also do is when you sense that you're almost full, just stop eating. Yes, don't allow yourself to get, you know, so full and your tummy is tight and you go on and on and on.
You're losing your bills.
Yes, exactly.
You shouldn't do that.
No, don't do that.
Okay, now there was this trick that I had a dietitian once that she gave me this trick. She said, drink water before you start eating. Is it something you advise?
Well, the whole idea is so that you can you eat less.
Yes.
Yeah, so whatever works for you, really, whatever. But what I would basically say is that, I mean, you want to eat because you need energy. So water, you don't have energy in water. Eat as much as you drink a lot of water. Do you understand? So the whole idea is you just drink, you just eat, and when you're almost full, when you're sensing you're full, just stop. Once you train yourself that way, you get used to it and you find that you're fine.
You mentioned water. Let's go there. Water, according to Fela, doesn't have an enemy. But some people have decided to be the enemy of water, and they run away from it. Of course, I'm a huge advocate for people drinking water. I talk about it all the time on my show. Too much water. How much water is too much water to drink? And the importance. So we'll start at the importance of drinking water. So
for you just need to be well hydrated. That's the key. And to be well hydrated, you need to drink water. And in this part of the world, you need about close to 2.5 to 3 liters of water, because we're in the tropics and you lose a lot of water easily compared to the temperate region. Okay, so when you are dehydrated, you can begin to lose your kidneys slowly. Yes, you can even, in the elderly, you can even they can even you can affect perfusion generally, and can get to one who has some other risk factors leading to a stroke and things like that. So your body is like 70% water. You need water for life. Yeah,
for life to keep going, you just need to keep going with water.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now, how much Can you drink too much water? Is that a thing?
Oh yes, you can drink too much water actually. So the thing about drinking too much water, what's the name? I'm trying to remember what the name is, but sometimes some people drink a lot of water. It's very rare. It's not, and have a lot of increased sodium, something to do with sodium water.
Hyponatremia.
So to lead to hyponatremia, exactly. So it can cause hyponatremia, and when there is a shift of sodium and things like that, you can have edema, cerebral edema. So that's the water swimming, drowning, your brain drowning, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then it doesn't happen often.
No, it's very rare.
All right.
Very rare.
So keep drinking water. Don't use that as an excuse to not drink water. Thank you very much for coming in and having this chat with us. It's really very insightful conversation. Now, before you leave, can you share? I like people's stories. I like personal stories. The story that stands out in your entire practice, where you know that I helped that person get out of that and it stuck with you. The case, the scenario, that one that you think of, and you're like, I chose the right profession. I'm doing what I should do.
Oh, well. I've had a number. Okay, Okay, so let's say there's this one patient who looked like he was just going to end up in immortality, and this person needed